find it confusing when they say find the exact value of, and then you're given some angle that isn't one that you can find from the unit circle. First of all, when they say find the exact value of, that means put down your calculator. We look at cosine of 75. We go, well, that isn't one of our unit circle values that we just sort of know off the top of our head, because of course we've all memorized the unit circle. If you haven't, go take a look at this video. Okay, so when we see this, we go, oh, this is an addition or subtraction. And so when I look at my unit circle values, I see that 30 plus 45 will get me my 75. So I'm going to rewrite this in the following way. Cosine of 30 plus 45. And I know that I have a formula for addition within trigonometry, and it goes like this. My cosine formula says that the cosine of A plus B, okay, first of all, within cosine, if this is addition, this will be subtraction and vice versa. Then cosine of two things, A plus B, is cos A, cos B, and then opposite sine, sine A, sine B. So now I just need to remember my unit circle values and start filling these in. All right, cosine of 30 is root 3 over 2. Cosine of 45 is root 2 over 2 minus sine of 30 is 1/2. Sine of 45 is root 2 over 2. All right, I start to combine like terms. Root 6 over 4 minus root 2 over 4. So the best I can do now is put this all over 4. And that is my exact value of the cosine of 75. Okay, let's do another one with sine, and let's switch to radians. Sine of pi over 12. How do I know it's radians? Well, first of all, I'm missing my little degree symbol, which I've been a little lazy about putting in. But secondly, it's in pi. Pi goes along with radians. So now let's convert each of our unit circle degree measures into radians. 0 stays 0. 30 becomes, that's right, pi over 6. 45 becomes, that's right, pi over 4. 60 becomes pi over 3. And 90 becomes pi over 2. If you've forgotten how to do that, take a look at this video, which will talk to you about converting from radians to degrees and understanding what a radian is in the first place. All right, so again, pi over 12, that is not here, but I bet I can make it. And to make my life easier, I'm going to take each of these denominators and rewrite them as a denominator of 12. Okay, so to create a pi over 12, well, I see here that if I do a 4 pi over 12 minus a 3 pi over 12, I'm going to be left with a single pi over 12. And actually, I could do the same thing if I wanted here, 3 pi over 12 minus 2 pi over 12. Try it both ways. Show yourself that you're right. Okay, I'm going to go with my original, so I'm going to rewrite this as sine of pi over 3 minus pi over 4. I just went back to the two that were above it. Okay, so now I'll distribute out my sine, and I remember that with a sine subtraction, it goes like this. Sine A cosine B, and then with sine, you use the same sign that was here, cosine A sine B. So sine, cosine, cosine, sine, AB, AB, and this is the same in the sine. Okay, so now I start filling things in. So the sine of pi over 3, or the sine of 60, root 3 over 2, cosine of pi over 4, or 45, root 2 over 2, minus cosine of pi over 3, or 60, 1/2, sine of pi over 4, root 2 over 2. I multiply my terms, and hey, my answer is root 6 minus root 2 over 4, and that's my exact value. All right, so there is your lesson on how to use the addition and subtraction trigonometric formulas to find the exact value of. That's what they're asking for. Memorize your unit circle. Leave any questions you have in the comments. Consider subscribing to my channel so you know when I put out a new video. And as always, keep on mathing.